If you're over 60 years old, I need you to hear this warning. Some of the fruits you're eating every day, fruits you've trusted for decades, may be silently weakening your legs, damaging your joints, and stealing your ability to walk strong. I've seen it time and time again in my clinic. A patient comes in frustrated saying, "Doc, I eat healthy, I walk every day, but my legs feel heavier, my balance is worse, I'm afraid to climb stairs now." And when we look closer, it's not just aging, it's the food. Specifically, fruits that used to help them are now hurting them. The worst part? These fruits are often labeled healthy in magazines and commercials. But for older adults, the body changes. What helped you at 30 might be working against you at 70. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 7 fruits seniors should stop eating immediately, and the better options that will protect your strength, balance, and independence. If you haven't subscribed to the Senior Strength channel yet, I recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you never miss any health tips made just for you. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can create better content for you. Number 1. Pineapple, the acidic attacker. Have you ever reached for a slice of pineapple thinking it was one of the smartest choices on your plate? Maybe you've heard that it helps with inflammation, thanks to bromelain, that powerful enzyme it contains. But here's what many people over 60 don't realize. Pineapple might not be your friend anymore. In fact, for seniors, it can quietly become a dangerous trigger for muscle weakness and joint pain. The issue starts with its acidity. As we age, our joints naturally become more sensitive. The cartilage that once cushioned our knees, hips, and ankles wears down. Add pineapple's acidity into the mix, and you've got a perfect storm. That harmless bite can irritate already inflamed joints, especially for those living with arthritis. But that's not all. Pineapple has a surprisingly high natural sugar content, which can spike blood glucose quickly. Over time, these constant sugar surges wear down the tiny blood vessels in your legs, limiting oxygen flow to muscles. The result? Heavier legs, less stamina, and more swelling after even light activity. One of my patients, Maria, age 72, loved her morning pineapple smoothies. But she noticed her knees began to ache by mid-morning. We removed the pineapple, and within 2 weeks, her pain reduced by more than half. If you're on blood thinners or heart medication, pineapple becomes even more risky. Bromelain can interact with medications, either weakening or intensifying their effects. So, before you enjoy another slice, ask yourself, is this fruit helping me or slowly weakening me from the inside out? Comment below if pineapple has ever caused unexpected pain or discomfort. Number 2. Bananas, the sugar trap. Bananas have long been a symbol of health. Easy to carry, full of potassium, and recommended for muscle cramps. That's what we've always believed. But as the body ages, bananas can quietly become a trap that drains your energy and weakens your legs. What makes bananas so tricky is their sugar. Despite being natural, that sugar causes a sharp spike in blood glucose. Your body responds with insulin, but for seniors with slower metabolism or borderline diabetes, this reaction causes inflammation, fatigue, and swelling, especially in the legs. One of my patients, David, age 75, loved eating a banana with every breakfast, but he constantly complained about ankle tightness by noon. We removed bananas for 2 weeks and replaced them with half an avocado. The difference? He walked into my office and said, "I don't feel like I'm dragging weights anymore." Bananas also contribute to fluid retention. That puffy feeling in your feet after sitting too long? Bananas may be the hidden cause. And for those with heart issues, the combination of high potassium and fluid retention becomes dangerous, leading to swollen legs and compromised circulation. Bananas are not inherently bad, but for seniors, frequent intake can quietly break down leg strength day by day. Try replacing them with lower glycemic, potassium-rich options like kiwi or avocado. Do your legs ever feel swollen after breakfast? Let me know in the comments. Number 3. Grapes, the tiny inflammation bomb. They look so innocent, small, sweet, and easy to eat by the handful. But grapes may be one of the most deceptive fruits for older adults. Why? Because they're packed with fructose, a sugar that behaves very differently inside the aging body. Fructose doesn't just raise blood sugar. It gets processed by the liver, where it turns into fat and uric acid. That uric acid then travels into your joints, especially your knees, ankles, and toes, where it creates pain, stiffness, and sometimes that burning feeling in your big toe at night. I had a patient, Linda, age 69, who ate grapes every evening. She thought it was a light, healthy dessert, but she started waking up with swollen toes and couldn't walk comfortably in the morning. Once she cut grapes for 2 weeks, the burning vanished. The danger with grapes isn't just what they do, it's how easy it is to overeat them. A few grapes turn into 2 handfuls, and suddenly you've consumed more sugar than a slice of cake. That sugar doesn't only harm your joints, it fuels chronic inflammation throughout the entire body. This low-grade inflammation is what slowly erodes your leg strength. Healing becomes slower. Muscles feel heavier. Steps get shorter. If grapes have been your go-to snack, it might be time to make a change. Try replacing them with anti-inflammatory berries like blueberries or blackberries, lower in sugar and far better for your legs. Have you ever noticed swelling or joint pain after eating grapes? Share your story in the comments below. Number 4. Watermelon, the deceptive hydrator. Watermelon feels like the safest fruit in the world. It's light, refreshing, and mostly water. But for seniors, it can quietly drain your energy and leave your legs feeling swollen, heavy, and sore. Watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes among all fruits. That means it causes a fast spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash. For older adults, this roller coaster effect doesn't just cause fatigue, it fuels inflammation, especially in your lower legs where circulation is already weaker. One of my patients, George, 78, loved eating watermelon every afternoon to stay hydrated. But he kept complaining about swollen ankles and heaviness in his thighs by evening. Once we swapped watermelon for cucumber slices and a few blueberries, the swelling started to ease within 10 days. Here's the tricky part. Watermelon doesn't feel heavy. It tastes like water, so you think you're hydrating. But your body reads it as sugar. And when sugar floods your bloodstream, insulin kicks in hard, stressing your joints and triggering stiffness, especially in your knees and calves. Watermelon is also easy to overeat. 1 slice turns into 3 or 4. And by the end, you've consumed a sugar load similar to a soda without even realizing it. If you've been waking up with stiff legs or feel tired after a short walk, watermelon could be quietly exhausting your strength. So before you reach for that juicy slice, ask yourself, is this fruit helping me move better or slowly working against me? Let me know in the comments if watermelon has been a part of your daily diet. Number 5. Oranges, the acidic sneak. Oranges have always symbolized health, bright, fresh, and loaded with vitamin C. But for seniors, they can carry a sour surprise: silent inflammation, morning stiffness, and worsening joint pain. Citrus fruits like oranges contain high levels of citric acid. While this acid is harmless for most young adults, it can become harsh for aging joints. Seniors with worn cartilage or existing arthritis may feel this every morning, in their knees, hips, and ankles. I remember a patient, Ellen, 70, who drank a glass of orange juice every morning since her 40s. She thought it was helping her immunity, but her knees hurt every day by 10 a.m. We cut the juice and replaced it with warm lemon water and low-acid fruits. After 1 week, her morning stiffness was cut in half. Oranges also carry natural sugars. When consumed alone, especially as juice, those sugars spike blood sugar rapidly. Combine sugar and acid, and you have a double-edged sword. It fuels inflammation, breaks down tissues, and leaves your legs feeling sore, especially after sitting for long periods. The scary part? These effects build quietly. You think you're making a healthy choice until you realize you can't rise from a chair without pain. If you're still drinking orange juice daily or eating oranges without food, your body may be trying to warn you. Listen to it. Swap to lower acid options like papaya or avocado, and your legs may thank you. Do you ever feel your joints hurt more after breakfast? Tell me in the comments. Number 6. Green apples, the sour trigger. Green apples look innocent, tart, crisp, and praised as the healthier apple. But for seniors, they might be triggering something you don't expect: muscle tightness, joint flare-ups, and even leg cramps at night. That sharp, sour flavor comes from malic acid. While malic acid isn't harmful to younger adults, it can irritate older joints and digestive systems. As we age, the lining of our stomach becomes more sensitive, and our joints lose their natural cushioning. The acidity of a green apple can quietly inflame already irritated tissues, especially in the knees, hips, and lower back. One patient, Ronald, age 74, told me he loved eating a green apple before bed, but he kept waking up with tight calves and stiff ankles. We replaced the apple with a few soaked almonds and half a banana. Within 5 nights, his cramps nearly disappeared. Another concern? Green apples may be low in sugar compared to red ones, but they still contain enough to cause a blood sugar spike, especially when eaten alone or on an empty stomach. For seniors with slow insulin response, this leads to fatigue and inflammation by mid-morning. If you're someone who chooses green apples thinking they're safe, it may be time to reassess. They're not bad, but they're not always good for aging bodies. Ever noticed your legs feel tighter after eating one? Let me know your experience in the comments. Number 7. Mango, the sugar bomb. Mangoes are often called nature's candy, and for good reason. They're soft, sweet, and bursting with tropical flavor. But for seniors, that sweetness comes with a cost: inflammation, sugar crashes, and worsening foot pain. The biggest issue with mangoes is their extremely high sugar content. Just one medium mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar. That's more than a can of soda. For a younger person, this sugar may provide quick energy. But in older adults, it triggers insulin surges that inflame muscles, increase swelling, and aggravate nerve damage in the legs and feet. One of my longtime patients, Betty, age 77, started eating mango daily during summer. She loved how it made her feel cool and healthy. But soon she developed burning in her toes and stiffness after walking even short distances. Blood tests showed unstable glucose. We removed mangoes, and within 3 weeks, her symptoms dropped dramatically. Mangoes also worsen neuropathy, especially for those with pre-diabetes. That tingling or numbness in your feet after meals? It may be tied to what you're eating, not just aging. The worst part is that mangoes don't feel like sweets, so most people never suspect them. If your legs feel heavy or if you notice swelling after tropical fruits, mango could be the culprit. Try replacing it with low-sugar, anti-inflammatory fruits like raspberries or avocado. Have mangoes ever made your legs feel worse, even when everything else felt fine? Share your experience in the comments. Number 8. The fruit juice illusion. Why liquid sugar weakens your legs. Fruit juice may sound healthy, but for seniors, it could be one of the most damaging things you drink. That glass of orange, apple, or grape juice you sip in the morning? It's flooding your bloodstream with sugar faster than your aging body can handle. Here's why it's dangerous. Fruit juice has no fiber. Without fiber to slow digestion, your blood sugar spikes fast. And with every spike comes insulin and inflammation, especially in your legs, feet, and joints. I had a patient, Charles, 69, who drank a glass of apple juice with breakfast daily. He believed it was helping his heart. But every afternoon, his legs felt heavy, his ankles would swell, and stairs became harder to climb. We cut the juice, added lemon water and whole apple slices instead. Within 2 weeks, his swelling reduced by nearly half. You might think, but juice is natural. Yes, But so is fire. Just because something comes from nature doesn't mean your body can handle it in concentrated form, especially as you age. Juice delivers sugar with no resistance, no fiber, no fat, just a shot of liquid glucose straight to your system. And your muscles? They pay the price. Here's the hidden trap. One glass of grape juice has more sugar than a chocolate bar. But because it's fruit, most seniors don't suspect it. The result? Tired legs, burning knees, and a slower, stiffer walk over time. Instead of juice, try this. Slice fruit and eat it with nuts or yogurt. If you love juice, dilute it with 3 parts water and only drink it after a meal. Better yet, replace juice with herbal tea or lemon water with a few berries. Your legs will thank you. Have you been drinking juice daily? How do your legs feel by afternoon? Let's talk in the comments. Number 9. Dried fruits. The silent sugar trap in your cabinet. Dried fruits may seem healthy at first glance. After all, they're just fruit, right? But for seniors, dried fruits like raisins, dates, dried bananas, and apricots are tiny sugar bombs, concentrated and dangerous. Here's the problem. When fruit is dried, the water disappears, but the sugar stays. It gets even more concentrated. A small handful of raisins can have the same sugar as a whole candy bar. That means one innocent-looking snack can overload your blood sugar, leading to fatigue, swelling, and inflammation in your legs. One of my patients, Gloria, age 75, told me she ate dried apricots every afternoon because she thought they helped with digestion. But she was struggling with tight ankles, heavy calves, and nighttime leg cramps. When we reviewed her diet, I showed her how much sugar was packed into that little bowl of dried fruit. We switched to a few slices of fresh pear and a boiled egg. In just 10 days, her symptoms began to ease. The other danger? Most dried fruits are treated with sulfites to preserve their color and softness. These additives can trigger inflammation in sensitive joints and worsen arthritis symptoms. Even dried bananas, marketed as healthy chips, can be deep-fried and loaded with sugar and fat. They can do more harm than good, especially for older adults with slow metabolism and joint sensitivity. You may think you're making a smart choice when reaching for that snack bag. But the truth is, dried fruit can cause rapid blood sugar spikes, retention of fluid, and hidden weight gain, all of which put extra pressure on your knees and ankles. If you love dried fruit, here's what you can do. Limit it to no more than 1 to 2 tablespoons a day. Pair it with protein or fiber like almonds or yogurt. Choose unsulfured, unsweetened varieties when possible. Better yet, swap it for low-sugar, water-rich fruits like fresh berries or kiwi. You don't have to give up sweet snacks, but you do need to choose them wisely, especially if you want to protect your legs. Have dried fruits been a regular part of your routine? Let me know how your joints have felt after eating them. Number 10. Morning fruit mistake. Why eating fruit on an empty stomach hurts your legs. For decades, we've been told, start your day with fruit. But here's the truth. Many seniors are learning the hard way. Eating fruit first thing in the morning on an empty stomach might be doing more harm than good, especially to your legs. When you wake up, your blood sugar is naturally low. Your body is fasting, and your muscles haven't received energy all night. If the first thing you give your body is a bowl of sweet fruit, whether it's bananas, apples, or grapes, your blood sugar shoots up rapidly. And that's where the problem begins. Quick sugar spike, then insulin, then inflammation. I had a patient, James, age 72, who began his mornings with a green apple and a banana. Then he'd go for a brisk walk. But halfway through, he started experiencing shaky legs and tight calves. It wasn't dehydration. It was his breakfast. We changed his routine to include a slice of whole-grain toast with avocado and eggs. Fruit came later. Within a week, he was walking longer, stronger, and without that uneasy fatigue. When sugar enters your bloodstream without fat or protein to buffer it, it doesn't just give you a short burst of energy. It can drain you. Your legs feel heavy, your joints stiffen, And by mid-morning, many seniors are wondering why they feel so tired after doing so little. Especially if you're dealing with pre-diabetes or sluggish metabolism, this routine quietly chips away at your energy and leg strength. So what should you do? Eat a small, balanced breakfast with protein and healthy fat before fruit. Avoid eating fruit alone, especially citrus or sweet tropical fruits, right after waking up. If you must eat fruit early, pair it with nuts, a boiled egg, or a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Think of it like this. Your legs need fuel, not just sugar. They need steady energy that supports your muscles, not spikes that weaken them. And here's a gentle challenge for you. Tomorrow morning, try swapping your fruit-first breakfast for something balanced. Then see how your legs feel by 10 a.m. You might be surprised at how much better you move and how much lighter you feel. Have you ever felt tired or stiff shortly after breakfast? Could your routine be the reason? Let's talk in the comments. Number 11. Sugar and inflammation. The unseen link to foot pain. It's not just what you eat, it's how your body reacts to it. And for seniors, one of the most powerful yet overlooked reactions is chronic inflammation, especially in your legs and feet. Here's what you need to know. Even natural sugars from fruit can quietly fuel inflammation if they hit your bloodstream too quickly or too often. And inflammation is what turns simple discomfort into persistent foot pain, swelling, and stiffness. One of my patients, Margie, 77, came to me with aching toes and dull pain in her heels. She wasn't diabetic, didn't eat junk food, and exercised daily. But when I looked closer, I found the culprit. Every morning she had a bowl of grapes and mango slices. Her uric acid was high. Her blood sugar was spiking and crashing. Once we adjusted her breakfast, added protein, and switched to berries, the pain in her feet lessened in less than 2 weeks. It's the hidden link no one talks about. Sugar, yes, even from fruit, triggers insulin. Insulin fuels inflammation, and inflammation makes your joints stiffer, your calves heavier, your knees ache. According to the Mayo Clinic, chronic low-grade inflammation is directly linked to degenerative joint diseases and poor circulation in seniors over 60. And when inflammation settles in your feet, you'll feel it every time you stand up. Let me be clear. It's not about fear. It's about power. When you understand how sugar impacts your body, you can choose to support it, one bite at a time. So how can you fight this silent enemy? First, notice which fruits make you feel bloated or stiff afterward. Cut back on tropical fruits and juices high in sugar. Favor anti-inflammatory choices like cherries, blueberries, and avocados. And always pair fruit with fiber, protein, or fat to slow its effect. This isn't about removing joy from your diet. It's about protecting the joy of movement. Here's a small test. Have you noticed more foot pain or swelling on days when you've eaten sweeter fruits? Try writing it down for a week. The pattern might surprise you. Every small change you make can bring you one step closer to stronger legs and a life with less pain. Have you ever connected your foot pain to what you eat? I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Let me ask you something, heart to heart. Is it too late to change? I've been a doctor for over 30 years, and I can tell you this with complete certainty. No, it's not too late. This moment, right now, might be the most powerful one you've ever had. Because now you know. You know that even the healthiest-looking fruits can quietly weaken your legs, inflame your joints, and chip away at your independence. You know that small choices, what you eat when you wake up, how you combine foods, how you listen to your body, can either build your strength or break it down. I've seen too many seniors walk into my clinic tired, stiff, frustrated, convinced that aging was stealing their movement. And I've seen those same people walk out months later, stronger, clearer, more hopeful, simply because they made one small change. One meal, one habit, one shift in mindset. You don't have to give up everything. You don't need a new body. You just need to start treating the one you have with more wisdom, more awareness, and more love. Your legs carry more than your weight. They carry your purpose. They carry you to your grandchildren's soccer game, your morning walks, the places you love, and the people who love you. So ask yourself today, what will I choose to feed them tomorrow? If this video helped you see food in a new light, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and tell me one thing you learned or one thing you're going to change starting now. You never know who your story might inspire. And if you're ready to go one step deeper, I invite you to watch our next video. These 5 common foods are destroying your leg strength, because some of the most dangerous foods might not be fruits at all. You'll be shocked at what's on that list. You're not too old, it's not too late.